Hey all, today I'm going to be talking about the technical racing suit. And while I'm sure a lot of you know how to swim, probably less of you swam on a swim team, and probably even less of you swam all the way to competitive levels like in high school and college. So only those of you will really know what a technical racing suit is, but with a brief description, it's a suit made for speed, power, endurance, and high performance in the water. This is what Olympians wear, this is what the best college swimmers wear, and anybody that really cares about getting from one end of the pool to the other as fast as they can. And with that, we're going to go into what the technical suit used to look like through time. And as we started it, this isn't really much of a technical suit at all. This kind of looks like a dress. In reality, it was. Because in the beginning, around 1900, 1912, the first swimsuits were woolen and silken suits that were created for modesty. They were created to cover as much of the body as possible. It wasn't until about the 1920s that people started realizing that, hey, maybe this kind of massive baggy suit makes me slower. And it was in 1928 with the Speedo Racerback that was the first suit that showcased the back and shoulders. And it was created of tighter, more fitting material. And, through the 1920s to the 1970s, we see suits becoming smaller, tighter, and skimpier. And this signifies a really big cultural change, possibly caused or possibly not caused by athletic performance goals. So people realize, hey, maybe tighter material is better, and then people realize less material is better, and people realize that skin is by far the best water repellent that we can have. And then we see with the creation of polyurethane in 2008, almost a complete 180, and we see going from less material is better to let me cover my whole body. And with this suit, it was created by Speedo and NASA in conjunction, and it's made almost entirely of polyurethane, which is a solid sheet material that reduces sometimes anywhere between 2 and 4%. It's buoyant enough to float a cinder block on top of, and was responsible for the setting of 138 world records after the 18 months of the suit's release. Needless to say, after this, the suit was banned by FINA, and any other suit that ranged anywhere past the hip to the knee for men and the shoulder to the knee for women. Fast forward, even now, the most recent suit to be released on the market is the Mizuno GX Sonic 5, which includes the newest edition of carbon fiber. So on that idea of carbon fiber and materials and what suits used to look like, we need to look at what goes into suits. And to that, we need to start with DuPont. And DuPont's creation of 3 key chemicals being polyester, nylon, and elastane, created in that order in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. And what's important about these and interesting about these chemicals is that they were invented and created in America in a Western country, but now are not at all produced there. All 3 of these are currently produced in countries like China, India, and Vietnam. So we can see already of Western countries profiting from cheap labor in the East. Another interesting side note, polyurethane, which is what made that Speedo Racer X such a fast suit, is inherently not a woven or string-like chemical. As you see, polyester, nylon, elastane in their chemical shape are long strands and do, in fact, weave quite well with each other. Polyurethane is more of a solid sheet, and that is why it is banned. On this note, carbon fiber is another way they kind of cheated the system in that it is a fiber, but it's not exactly made of anything textile. So this is why the regulating body sets a limit as to how much carbon fiber is allowed to be in a suit. So when you look at a racing suit today, it's a lot more than just 5 chemicals. There's technology involved, there's politics involved, and then there's a lot of east-west segregation in the creation of the materials that go into these suits. And with this east-west segregation and all these material creation, we go into the economic dimension of a swimsuit as to I mean, these are just materials, they're just textiles, right? If you go on Amazon or anywhere else, you can buy cubic meters of elastane, nylon, polyester for $3 to $4 a cubic meter. And when I ran some basic calculations, I found that if you grossly overestimate all the materials that go into this and you add in way over calculated values for how much they cost to actually weave, you see that the suit to create costs considerably less than $50, somewhere in the range of $45. But as you can see here, $365, $372, $399. All of these suits are above 250 bucks. Why? And the simple answer to that is oligopoly. There's only 4 or 5 major companies in the entire world that produce these suits now. And it's by this virtue that they're able to jack up the price way, way, way high. And on another note to the East-West divide, the materials to produce these suits are created in the East, but the suits themselves are not. So the companies that create these suits outsource material production to cheap countries, but hold all production in-house in countries like the UK, Italy, and Germany, keeping all of the profit Western-centric. As an even further dimension to market these suits goes into how professional swimming works, in that when professional swimmers swim really fast, they get deals with companies like Tier, Arena, and Speedo. And they wear these suits in competition, and the brand gets recognition because the faster they swim with the suit on, the better their suit looks. So even swimmers from China, Russia, Eastern countries that swim really, really fast are, by virtue, profiting Western-based companies. So there's really a lot more than meets the eye with the swimsuit, and I hope that you learned a lot, and I hope that you go buy one.